Hey, guess what time it is? No, it's not Batman time, nor is it, Space Ghost Coast to Coast time. Nope, it is Radio's Magic time. I am your host, DJ Smith, on this lovely Wednesday afternoon. And yeah, let's get this show on the road. I will never, ever get used to how awesome that song is. Thank you again, Malamane, if you're out there listening in at all, to that wonderful, fantastic tune. We cannot thank you enough, and I can't wait to have you on Monday, but let's get to the point of this show. Today, on Wednesday, every Wednesday now, it's going to be The Magicks, where we talk to artists from our community here on friendshipsmagic.org and bring them onto the show here at Radio is Magic and, well, let them show off their stuff. But before we get to that, let's let you know who the voices are that are speaking into your head or headphones or what have you. I am, of course, everyone's favorite Wisconsin boy, DJ Smith. With me, I have the wonderful fourth wall break-in Pinks.
Hey there.
I also have Sante Santiago.
Hello.
And our guest for the first part of the show today is Vegeta.
You all just jealous of my Super Saiyan swagger, and you know it.
Love it. Love it. Well, for those who are unaware, who can't see what we're all seeing right now on the shop box where we're usually broadcasting to, Vegeta here has actually been planning to put together a podcast based on all things anime and on animation for, that is, Japanese cartoons. Is that correct, man?
That would be correct, sir.
That is awesome. And I have to say, we are very much happy and proud to have someone else out there trying to put together a radio show, not just us, but I also want to say, it's cool that, correct me if I'm wrong, I may have just been seeing things with my head big enough as it is, that we actually inspired you to do this. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I thought this was an absolutely brilliant idea. And you guys did this, then Apple Bloom actually put the Voices of FIM thread up. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, there's got to be something I can do to contribute to the community here at FIM. And we have this awesome anime section, and yeah, it's getting some hits, but I really feel there's more that could have been done with it. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, well, I used to really keep up in depth with all things anime, all the different stuff happening on the underlying stuff that only your casual fans wouldn't know. So I thought, well, why don't I try bringing that back and start doing that again? I'm doing a little podcast every week about that.
Mm-hmm. And well, I mean, that makes sense considering that your name's, Vegeta. I mean, for those out there, for example, giving a quick shout out to my sister who's listening in for the first time. I'm sorry, this show might be really crazy and out there for you, but hey, what do you expect anything else from me? But Vegeta, for those who are sadly unaware, is from the cartoon, sorry, not the cartoon, the anime.
Anime?
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
I'll go to my corner.
Just go to your corner and assume the fetal position.
Ah, come on. Keep this a family show, don't forget. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking, let my co-host take a stab at you for a while.
Just be gentle.
Don't worry, you can take it. He sounds like a tough guy.
When did you start watching anime?
Oh, geez. I wasn't even out of the single digits yet in years. God, gosh, what was first time I ever watched anime? I was probably about 6 or 7 years old. Wasn't aware of what I was seeing, but I was watching like cartoons at like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was like before stuff should have even been airing on a weekday, and I caught an old episode from the second season of Sailor Moon way before it ever aired, like in the late '90s, like it did.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead. You know me in dead air.
Yeah, I used to watch animes when I was 6, and I had no clue what was going on as well.
Yeah, I usually saw, it was just, those really awkwardly drawn-out cartoons that had way too much shouting.
Yeah, there are some that are most certainly like that. I mean, Dragon Ball Z, for example.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
It's some manly madness, though. Lots of screaming, shouting, pride talk, and punching people in the face. What's not to like?
Fair enough. I mean, is that what you plan to talk about on your podcast?
Somewhat. I tend to do short little reviews of stuff that maybe I've seen that a lot of other people haven't. I intend to keep up with a lot of the inner workings of stuff like every quarter new stuff comes out in Japan. I intend to keep people updated on that. And to talk about, stuff that's getting licensed, that's going to come out here in America soon. And, I want to do stuff with some of the other members here on the site that are also fans of anime. Okay, Spriggs, I see that. I see that on the shout box. Don't you?
How do you feel about that? About what Spriggs just wrote?
I would kill him. I would try and kill him if he finishes that statement.
Wait, what did he write on that shout box for those who can't read?
It says, it's over Nin. He was about to do the over 9,000 joke. I will hurt him for that.
You gotta love those internet memes.
Okay, anyway, before you get it, you're going to get it for that, Spriggs. Before I was interrupted, I do intend to keep people updated, on the stuff that's coming out in the States or any other places, maybe some big anime convention dates. And, I know we're definitely, have a lot of people here on this site who do love anime, and I do want to bring them in some way. One of the ways is I may do at the very end of each podcast I may bring up a discussion question for people to send me PMs on their thoughts on certain subjects that I'll read out over the next podcast. And one major thing I do definitely want to do is once each podcast, I'll have someone picked out prior to that I want to send me a recording or them send me a message about maybe what their favorite anime is and their reasons for loving it, their reasons for loving anime, just to give, each member their chance to really show what they enjoy about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's actually quite a bundle there. I mean, that's pretty awesome in my book. Pinks, where are you, man? I haven't heard you at all. You're being kind of oddly silent.
Kind of quiet.
Yeah. Did we lose you?
I'm just kind of listening in because this is genuinely interesting. And I'm actually coming up with a good question. Do you think you're going to be introducing some of the really old stuff as well? Something that the general populace is a bit too young to even begin to try to remember.
Oh, I've already got my first review picked out. And it's definitely something a lot. I mean, if you look at my list and the what animes have you seen list, I've got a lot of older stuff on there that no one has seen. I mean, I looked at everyone else's list. There's stuff I have not that's on my list I haven't seen on anyone else's. My first review picked out as a movie that was incredibly awesome. If you guys are familiar, are you guys my words? Are any of you guys familiar with the Robotech series that came out 80s, 90s?
No, I'm not.
I can't say.
Wow.
I mean,
I used to watch it. I used to watch it in German, even though I do not understand that language at all.
Wow, that's
Yikes.
like me watching it in Japanese without subtitles. I'm actually one of the physically oldest members here on this site. That's probably why I remember it.
Out of curiosity, how old are you?
I'm 26 years old.
Pinks, aren't you 27?
Yep.
Ha!
I didn't say I was the oldest. I said one of the oldest.
Yeah.
Shame on you for being older than me.
Hey, you make me feel better.
Let me get my cane.
Hey, you're making me feel better. I'm 22, so I thought I was the oldest for the long. Yeah, I thought I was the oldest for the longest time until I met you, Pinks. Thank you for making me feel young.
Well, I'm sorry.
For what? Ah,
I
never
don't know.
mind.
You're kind of going with the whole granny thing. I was thinking that you prefer to be thought of as older.
No, I preferably didn't. Like, ever since I had that one conversation on the phone with a guy that I swear was like 12 years old, which made me think, my God, I'm a decade older than you. But we digress. Get back to the show here. Vegeta, like, so you were mentioning something about this movie you were talking about.
Right, right. The original Japanese title for Robotech was Macross. And years ago, a movie came out for it called Macross, Do You Remember Love? It was given a super horribly butchered release in the U.S. It was dubbed in Hong Kong by native speakers of the English language and some Australians. They cut half the movie out and released it as Robotech Clash of the Bionoids. It was absolutely terrible, but the original unedited Japanese version is an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah.
Few people, if any, have seen it on the site, and it's the movie I'm going to do for my first review, because it's definitely one that if you into robot anime at all, it's one of those few that, yes, the robots are there in it, but it really focuses a lot on the human side of things, and it is an absolute masterpiece that I think everyone needs to see at least once, even though you can't buy it on DVD because the licenses have been dropped, and the different groups that own it are in a constant feud with each other, and it'll never be coming back to the States or anywhere outside of Japan ever again.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Well, if it doesn't have a license, you could actually try to find it on Baka BT, if you know that.
I don't know that one, but because it doesn't have a license, you can torrent it, download it without without repercussions from the law. That's how I have it.
I'm assuming because it's going to take the free domain, right? Or have I got somebody confused there? For one, I'm not a lawyer. I'm a broadcaster, so bear with me.
Okay, very quickly. Some of the anime gets licensed, for instance, in US, and automatically becomes illegal to download. But while it's still not licensed, while it's just made and just put out in Japan, it doesn't have a physical license in the US, and you can download it without it being a crime.
Somewhat. It's technically it's still illegal, but the thing is, in Japan they don't really care about that. If we download it here in the U.S., some companies that because it's still technically owned by a company in Japan. It's just that when it comes over here, a company in America licenses it for release over here. But a lot of the Japanese companies don't entirely care that we do download this stuff while it's still over there. For one, they know that, okay, this automatically means that there are people over here that are watching it that'll probably buy it once it comes out over here, because importing DVDs from Japan is incredibly expensive, and they know we're not going to buy the stuff that was as long as it's still out over there. But yeah, most of the time, if it's only out in Japan and hasn't been put out anywhere else yet, most of the time you can download it and nothing will ever get said. Usually, even when something does get said, it's not to the people downloading it, it's to the websites that host it. And if people were smart, if this company, like, let's say Toei Animation is the one that owns the Japanese license for the Dragon Ball franchise. If, say, they've got a new Dragon Ball coming out, and it's not out in America yet, but it's still out in Japan, and some website puts it up, they can say, hey, we don't like you doing this, pull it down. Because if they do that and they don't, then they have license to sue.
Ugh. Good to know. Good to know. Let's take a quick break right here. The last 50 minutes have flown by, so that's pretty awesome. But let's give people a chance here to catch up, collect their thoughts, and actually, I want to grab some few questions from the shot box for you over here, Vegeta, because we only have you on the air, unfortunately, until 6:45, right?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we can't have you here for the entire time, so might as well get those questions in while we still can. So let's get to the music. We'll stretch, grab some water, and then we'll sit down for the final showdown with Vegeta here.
Cue the music!
I'm getting there. Let's go with, let's see, I know the one I want. The Voyage of Pirate Pip by Mogul Dash. We'll listen to that one real quick. It's a nice short song, and we'll be back after this. You are listening to Radio is Magic. I am the main host, DJ Smith. Here with me is... That's your turn, guys.
Santiago.
There you go. Pinky. Come on. I know you're there. Bueller.
Get out of your
I'm
fourth
here.
wall.
I'm here.
All right, here we go.
Just the
Music.
microphone's buttons.
Yeah, it's music time. Let's go. And welcome back to Radio's Magic. As always, I am DJ Smith. Here with me is lovely Pinks and Santiago. Did I lose you guys again? Okay, speak now. Speak and be known. I hear sounds this time.
Hello?
There we go. Yay. I love it when this stuff actually decides to work. And of course, our guest, for those who are just tuning in, is the wonderful Vegeta. The man with the
Prince of all Saiyans.
And we brought him here in on our today's episode of The Magicks to talk about his upcoming podcast. Over the break, we asked for some questions for this lovely, what do you say, the prince of the...
I am the Prince of all Saiyans.
Okay, thank you.
You figure since my race is completely gone, I'd be king now, because there's only like 2 full-blooded Saiyans left, but I mean, hey, whatever the writers want.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds more cool, I guess, being the prince of the Saiyans? Question mark? Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't write it. We'll ask Akira Toriyama about that later.
Will do. So, one question we saw was from our lovely friend out there, Zendikar, which is, are you ready for this, man? What is your favorite anime?
Ooh, whoa. As long as I've been watching, that's a really, really tough question to answer. I can't really pick out one in particular, but I do have a small little group that are my absolute favorites. One, of course, Dragon Ball Z. It's a classic. I grew up on it. Love it. Another one, Sailor Moon. It was my introduction to anime. Great series. If you then actually managed to get to the last season that never made it to the U.S. Mm-hmm. Another one, a lot of you probably haven't heard of is what was the first part of that series? Van Dread, the second stage story. Mm-hmm. Van Dread is top notch. I love it. Higurashi no Naku Koro ni, or just Higurashi When They Cried, to all those who have seen it. Oh geez.
You okay there? I hear some rattling in the background. I mean, just want to make sure you're not unscrewing yourself from like a safety harness or anything.
No one is supposed to know about that.
All right, sorry, I cut you off there. Continue on, man.
Jeez. It's honestly just one of those really difficult questions to answer, because I've seen so much over the years and have so much that's like really that I just absolutely love. Another one that I almost always recommend is Shakugan no Shana. Favorite. One of my favorite slice of life series would be Canon 2006.
Right. If you don't have Infinite Revius on that list, I'm gonna knife you.
Okay.
What?
Would you please repeat the first half of this? I heard I'm going to knife you. Didn't hear the first part of it.
If you don't have Infinite Revius on that list.
Infinite Revius. I have not even heard of that. But do get that to me like in a PM or something, and I will most certainly check it out.
Wow. Oh my God. It's only the third episode of the show ever, and we're already getting violent. You at least expect a bit more, kind, cuddly.
Friendly?
Yeah, family.
Don't you step up to someone who can blow up entire planets. I will blow up Earth. I am a sore loser.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to call you out on that. Do it now, man. Make the world shake with your power.
I am a sore loser. I haven't lost yet.
Oh, okay. Touche. Well, actually, out of curiosity, what about you two, Sante or Pinks? Pinks, you mentioned, for one, I know you mentioned one anime on there that you were particularly fond of. What was that again?
Infinite Revius. It's got surprisingly little publicity for being actually something extremely good, though a bit difficult to stomach.
Well, yeah, I've at least heard of a lot of those like that, Evangelion, but let's not talk about that on my radio show, please.
No, it's very specific on basically social structure, like breakdown.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
It's basically about a group of teenagers getting caught on a experimental spaceship and forming a society within while being under attack by conspiracy plots and all, basically.
Sounds complicated, but hey,
sounds interesting.
Yeah. I know, the one anime that I've always been really fond of that I was really kind of depressed when it went off the air on Adult Swim years ago, was Case Closed.
Oh, too. I loved Case Closed, but it was one of those you couldn't watch every episode over and over because the whole mystery aspect of it. Well, once it's solved, well, I know what's going to happen now. It's not like watching a fight scene that looks awesome. Like, oh, I know who the killer is. This is kind of boring now.
True, very, very true. But I don't know. I guess I'm one that's always loved mysteries and different. Well, let's be honest. Like Sherlock Holmes. What's the one thing I can't think of her name right now? Agatha Christie. Stuff like that. I've always been kind of a fan of like reading those books over and over again to maybe hopefully see that one clue that I missed the first time around. But actually, no, you're right though. You do make a point. It's kind of hard to watch a lot of this stuff over again when you already know where it's going. But at least you would agree with me though that a lot of those mysteries on there were really well thought out. I mean, they lose you all again? Bueller?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
Okay, good. Want to make sure, me and dead air. But Sante, you've been a bit silent again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, the last time I watched anime was like when I was 7, and I had no clue what was going on. Like, I remember most of the characters from Dragon Ball Z, like, from looks, but don't understand what was happening, just people fighting.
Oh.
Well,
How can you be on the internet and not watch anime? It's weird.
I don't know.
Fair enough. I don't know, actually, that's a good question. Actually, better yet, if there's any other questions out there on the shout box for Vegeta here, please send them in. We still have another 15 minutes before he has to skedaddle off. But Vegeta, would you at least say that Dragon Ball Z is all about the fighting and the big burly muscles and the moving the planets?
Would I say that's what it's all about?
Yeah, or would you say there's actually more to it? That brings people in.
It's going to be the fight scenes it's going to draw you in. It does have a decent story, but it's one of those that it's sort of like with the mystery anime and stuff. You're not gonna. It's only gonna surprise you the first time you see it. Once you know about it, it's like, okay, just let's skip all this talk. Okay, show me somebody getting knocked into a mountain and the mountain exploding. Let me see that.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not love that kind of show? I'm trying to think. There was one question I wanted to ask because I don't see anything yet. We have a question now from Oncoming Dusk here in the shot box. He writes in, Vegeta, who is your idol in the anime world?
Okay, Dusk, I have already told you multiple times. Just go away. Okay, just go. I'll answer your question, but then you go. Just go. Leave me alone. Stop talking. No one loves you. Anyway.
Wow, come on, this is a show about love and tolerance, man.
Yeah, love and tolerance. This isn't 4chan. Anyway, sorry, you should have been here for the stuff he was saying earlier, and then you know where I'm coming from.
All right.
But anyway, my idol in the anime world. Are we talking, actual person or like a character from a show?
Let's go with one from each. Let's go with a character from a show first.
My idol in the anime world. Oh. Again, so many good choices. I actually, probably am going to have to go with my avatar here, Vegeta himself.
Mm-hmm.
Paint it black. I will kill you. Do not ever mention that name. I do not like Bleach. Okay, I'm going to go out and say this now. Bleach is nothing but Dragon Ball Z with swords. I liked Bleach better when it was called Yu Yu Hakusho. I liked Yu Yu Hakusho better when it was called Dragon Ball Z. Okay.
I've totally lost where this conversation is gone.
Seriously, dude. Dragon Ball Z didn't start it off.
No, it didn't, but it did it best.
No, Fist of the Northern Star did it best.
Okay, I will give you that one. Fist of the North Star was awesome. Love it.
Thank you.
I have that on DVD. Anyway, back to the. I need to get back to the question while I still have time to.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'd have to go with Vegeta as one of my main heroes. Even though he's supposed to be the Prince of all Saiyans and he's supposed to be the one to ascend beyond everyone else, he's constantly given, the underhand. He's like this backhand, like, okay, no, just sit down, we don't like you. But he's got all this built up pride and he's like, just like, I don't care. He doesn't show mercy to his enemies at all. He's like, okay, you're my enemy. You're just going to have to die. And I take that exact same position. If someone else was my actual, like, okay, you're trying to kill me and my friends. No, we're not having that. As far as real life idol, jeez.
Take your time.
I don't have a whole lot of time to take. I'll start playing that theme myself if I... Oh, jeez. Because there's not too many big names I know of, like real-life names I know of in the anime world. Well, the few ones I do know, I mean, of course, Akira Toriyama, the guy who wrote the initial Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z story. Then, of course, almost everyone knows who Hayao Miyazaki is. You know, I guess he'd have to be one I really look up to, because even though he writes only children's movies, I have not seen him make a bad movie yet.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he's got movies that are more subpar compared to other ones. But everything he's done, I've liked. I mean, I love, you know, even his more recent stuff, like Ponyo wasn't that great, but compared to, say, Castles in the Sky. I mean, it was still an excellent movie. I mean...
Well, come on, you gotta give some cred to Ponyo. It had... Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. Come back. No. Who played Ponyo's father? No, come back. I should know this. I'm just ashamed of a fan of his. Someone help me out here.
I can't help you out.
Let's see. Ponyo's father was played by Liam Neeson.
That's it, Liam Neeson. Come on.
See, here's my thing. I do not watch anime in English anymore, if I can help it.
Okay,
and
that
I
would explain
didn't even know about that until I watched the Nostalgia Critics review of Ponyo and heard Liam Neeson's voice. I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. Not really a lot of sense. It does the wrong choice of words. It was more so it makes... Actually, kind of, you know, I more so should have expected that at least you'd watch this stuff, listening to the original Japanese voice actors, because in a lot of cases they are 10 times better than the American dubs, obviously. But
that's subjective. It depends on your personal opinion. Some people like the English dub just because they don't want to have to read the subtitles. But I prefer watching it in Japanese because I do believe the Japanese dub is superior 99% of the time. Because one, it's like for some reason they seem to put more, they seem to put more emotion into what they do. Why? I don't know. It just seems like that to me.
Huh.
Well,
Well,
the biggest problem is basically the inability to completely put together the two languages. There's a difference in like a mile long in some cases where one sentence is 3 words in Japanese and in English is like 10 words and vice versa.
Yeah, that is a major problem because they do have to try and get everything to match the mouth movements. Otherwise, you end up with like the kung fu movies from the 50s and the 60s.
Best ones.
Oh, without question, the Drunken Master. But we're here talking about anime, not kung fu.
No, I'm just saying they are
From
the
the
best
50s.
ones.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, at least we're on the topic of Studio Ghibli or Ghibli or however you want to correct me on it.
Ghibli.
Good, because I've always good. I have been saying it right all these years. I want to know: have you ever seen what I've considered by far the most oddest yet most entertaining movie to watch? Pom Poko.
Pom Poko? I don't even think I've heard of that before.
Yeah, it's basically a Studio Ghibli film, basically about tanukis, and it's a really odd movie. It's one, of course, it's in Studio Ghibli's typical fashion of being very much eco-friendly. You know, stop tearing down trees, give some back to the land. Otherwise, going to kill off cute, cuddly creatures. But it's a very interesting look at the Japanese culture. Because for those of you, or at least anyone out there, who's at least done some study in animation, or at least watched a few Ghibli films here and there, you notice that they try to go for animation styles that seem more worldwide than just, let's say, Western European or just Japanese. Like, they try to mix the cultures. You know, is that correct, Vegeta? Or just speaking out my bum right now?
I'd say you're about right on that.
Yeah. Well, with go ahead.
They seem to try and focus more. It's like they have to do like a half chibi, half real style, which I like. I mean, their animation style is very, very easy to pick out. from, other studios. So other studios may have differentiations in style, but Studio Ghibli, they seem to stick to a specific style of animation.
Yeah, and a very interesting and I think fascinating style, without question. But getting back to what the movie was talking about, what's really cool about this one is that you can tell it's very much Japanese. There's a lot of Japanese culture and mythology in there. Because the Tanuki, in the course of the story, tend to transform into, because the mythology of Tanukis, for those who aren't aware, had the ability to transform into anything. It typically would become the shapes of gods to scare off people from their lands. So they try doing that throughout the movie quite often. So it's kind of cool to see a lot of the mythology of Japan coming alive in animated form, especially when you have a bunch of goofy raccoons doing it.
What's not to love about goofy raccoons scaring the piss out of people? Y'all!
Oh, there's a few other things that I really don't want to spoil, just because it's one of those things that when you see it, it's both a face hoof, but as well as you know what? It's odd, yes, but I'll accept it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to spoil things for people either, unless it's something I'm trying to tell them to avoid, like the plague. Then I'll spoil everything.
Fair enough. We have one question I noticed on the Shopbox from Painted Black. Vegeta, what do you think of Type Moon?
Again, this is one I've heard of, but I have not yet seen, so I cannot, speak on it just yet. But, with this podcast I'm going to start watching a lot more anime than I have recently.
Mm-hmm.
So I can, expand my horizons a little bit. So I'll hopefully be able to speak on that shortly and maybe give a short review on it like I plan to do.
Okay. Actually, the question of getting back to your podcast, do you plan to, how long would they be? They could be 10 minutes long, 5 minutes, or you're trying to go for a good 2 hours like we have been doing with Radio is Magic?
2 hours is a definite all of my no. There is no way I can make it last 2 hours. I'd love to, but it's going to depend on how much goes on that week. The basic breakdown of this podcast is going to be, I'm going to start the show off with kind of open up with the whatever the discussion question was the week before, the week I decided to start this podcast, I'll go ahead and post my discussion question up in whatever thread that I start this in to give people time to send me PMs, and I'll open up with the discussion, and I'll open up with any kind of questions or anything anyone sends me. Scootaloo, excellent choice. I love Blood Plus. Anyway, part 2 will be the news segment, where if anything major has happened, like any kind of convention dates or if anything big happens in the world of anime, I will talk about that there. Part 3 will be where I discuss, new licenses or anything coming out in that particular quarter in Japan. Part 4 will be where I actually have someone picked out, have sent me a recording or a message about what their favorite anime is and why. Mm-hmm. And Part 5 will be the actual review that I'll be doing. So we're looking at 20, 30 minutes absolute tops, depending on what all happens.
Sounds awesome.
Do you plan to have co-hosts?
Ninja.
I would love to. But as of right now, I was just talking with Sneaky Spriggs about that before we went on the air. And I would like to, but it's one of those things where I won't be able to all the time because of how I'll have to do this, because I'll do, everything all at one time. I'll just keep up with everything throughout the week. And then, on a Friday morning when I get in from work, my schedule is flip-flopped. I sleep during the day and I work at night.
Well, we all certainly know that. Yeah, but sorry to cut you short there. We have a few more questions I want to throw in to you before you have to run out.
To get to that before my time runs out, which will shortly. I can see at the ones at the top of the shout box how good is my Japanese. My Japanese isn't that great. I can enunciate really the words fairly well, but as far as actually speaking it, that's, I know some words and phrases like, how did that one go? I'm suddenly drawing a blank on what little I actually know.
Konnichiwa, domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
I wasn't going to go there, facepalm.
どうでしょうか？日本語わかりますか？
What?
Sorry, I'm slightly versed in Japanese.
That does not surprise me, Pinks. Other questions I noticed on there. There's one from Jose, which is, if you were to introduce someone to anime, what anime would you recommend the most?
It's going to depend. It depends on what I know about this person, because if it's a performance anxiety, rarity, I'm a professional wrestler on the weekends. Performance anxiety, my butt. Anyway. Anyway, what would I recommend to someone? It's going to depend on what their personal tastes are. If it's a guy who loves all the big time action movies, I'm going to recommend something along the lines of Cowboy Bebop or something like that. It's it's got a good story, but at the same time, it's got a lot of really intense, good, really awesome action scenes. To a girl who's into all the heavy romance stuff, maybe something like Clanad or Canon.
I would suggest to myself Whispers of the Heart, but that's just me.
Oh, not one I've seen. To someone who's into the gory stuff, you'd go with either Berserk, which is also another good one for the action junkie, and perhaps Higurashi. That one gets pretty twisted too.
Yeah, Berserker manga is good. Anime is comparatively crap.
Hey, watch the language.
Only issue with the anime is they didn't finish it, which it is supposed to be getting a second season to finish out the story. So,
yeah. Well, what's to do? What's this? Anything? Oh well, we have 4 minutes left here. Any questions from our co-host?
Nope.
Nope. Fascinating. Love it. Pinks.
Where can I argue with you about anime? Well, me being anyone.
I'm assuming the anime section of the forums.
everyone will have plenty of opportunity for that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, my only question left before you have to go here, you have like 3 minutes left by my clock. Lost my train of thought. Do you have any last final words, any last final thoughts you want to at least shout out there about the show before you have to go?
Well, I mean, one, it's definitely going to happen. I may as well pull down the poll because I do intend to do this. I want to start getting it up. I want to try and get the first episode up sometime next week. Probably start airing it on Friday mornings, which I'll record it and just push it up. I'm not going to be live like you guys. It would be awesome. Mm-hmm. But you know, even if you're not someone who's into anime, you know, I would hope you would at least listen in, maybe change your opinions of what anime is, because I know it has, you know, just like the OWN show that brought us all here to this wonderful website and this awesome radio show, it has its own stigma to it that some people look down on. And I was hoping maybe I can change people's opinions on what anime really is. And if not, we all have what we enjoy, we all have what we don't enjoy. I'm not going to hate on anybody because they don't like what I like.
Well, that sounds great to me. In that case, I want to thank you so much for coming on the air. I hope to hear what you got in the coming weeks. And yeah, it's been a pleasure, man. I'm really proud that we've encouraged this another radio artist out there. And with that, we're going to cut to a break. And yeah, we'll be back after this with a little bit of some news. And then we're going to break off to the second half of the show, which we plan to talk about Wooden Toaster, as I have promised on Monday. To be fair, just to let you know.
Hold on 1 second.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Background noise?
Yeah, background noise. My dad was yelling at me from the back saying we needed to go. So, yeah, this is my goodbye, guys. I look forward to talking to all of you later. Stay strong. Brony on.
All right. Take care, man. I'll finish up here. Okay, like I was saying, we're going to break out to some music. I'm going to start us off here with, we'll have to go with the classic. The classic, when everyone knows, that's done by Wooden Toaster. We're going to play some Rainbow Factory right for you right then and there. We're going to follow up with, let's go with some Radioact with, let's go with Canterlot Castle. And we're going to wrap it up with Nightmare Night by... Yeah, let's do another Wooden Toaster, you know. Why not? I mean, we were talking about the guy after all. So, stay tuned after this. Don't forget you're listening to Rainbow is... Rainbow.
Rainbow is magic, guys.
Yes, rainbows are magic. You know, double rainbow all the way.
Across the sky. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's Rainbow Factory. I am DJ Smith. These are my co-hosts.
Santiago.
And Pinky.
Stay classy. We'll be back after this.
Now a rainbow's tale isn't quite as nice as the story we knew of sugar and spice. But a rainbow's easy once you get to know it with the help of the magic of a Pegasus device. To misjudge that floating city with its alluring decor, the social psychology. But with all great things comes a great responsibility, that of Clydesdales being weather stability. How, you ask, are they up to the task? To which the answer is in a simple facility. In the rainbow factory, where your fears and hearts come true. In the rainbow factory, where a single soul gets through. In the rainbow factory, where your fears and hearts come true. In the rainbow factory, where your fears and hearts come true. In the rainbow factory, where not a single soul gets through. In the rainbow factory, where your fears and hearts come true. In the rainbow factory, where not a single soul gets through.
reason to scream. Your favorite princess is back, she's walking up on the scene. She has been stuck on the moon, but that's no reason to fret. She's not a nightmare no more, so buckle down and get set. She's coming gracing the subject, she ain't leaving no choice. She's gonna blow you all back with her equestrian voice. So cover all of your fears and stow away all your fright. The lunar princess is back to bring the nightmares tonight.
Living in the past, so you won't last without the proper care. The royal farewell and an animate spell, you won't have long to prepare.
Little Billies, this is Nightmare Night. Your ruler Nightmare Moon is back to come and fill you with pride. So hurry, now get your goodies and fill up all your bags and go and leave a candy offering for that big ol' hag. You're running and pray above that she's not coming back to come and take away your soul and eat you up for a snack. So run away and go hide, just keep your head out of sight. The darkness is rising again, cause this is Nightmare Night.
Living in the past, so you won't last without the proper care. The royal farewell and an animate spell, you won't have long to prepare.
And welcome back to Radio is Magic. I am your host, DJ Smith, everyone's favorite Wisconsin boy. With me is everyone's favorite crazy Pinkie Pie.
Kinda.
Well, at least he's in mind, not in crazed out spirit yet.
Fourth walls. I'm not with you yet.
Well, you're on your way, though, right? I can imagine you've been trying to break down the barriers that is my reality. And also there's Zante.
Hello.
Woot. Okay. For those just tuning in, today's show on Radio is Magic is the Magicks. And for the last 45 so minutes, we were talking to Vegeta about his upcoming podcast, but he's unfortunately gone off to go in a few fights, talk about anime, fun stuff like that. But for now, what we have for you is La News. Who wants to take it off first? Pinks, right?
Sure, why not?
Okay, take it away.
Anyhow, there we go. From our field reporters deep in the trenches, well, one in particular, Schwabadi, we have news on pony trading cards. So, today marks the official release of the pony trading cards for Interplay. They were shipped from the sites like Toy Wiz just a few days ago to hobby stores across the US and Canada. No love for Europe there. Hopefully, though, the trading cards will spread into the other stores and across to Europe in the coming weeks. Wow.
Okay, calm down then, man.
Mouth. Anyway. The cards themselves are definitely made for bronies and lizards with all kinds of references for that's only the fandom might get. Oh, I need to rewrite these things. In terms of contents, each pack contains 4 trading cards, listing the characters, locations, scenes, and trivia, a special card, either a standee or a shiny foil card, and 1 tattoo card.
Ooh. Tattoos sound kind of cool. I mean, you could walk around with a very manly
Shiny
looking
tinfoil card.
tinfoil card.
A QT mark on your flank, more like it.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind
It'll be
showing
a real
off.
hit on the beach.
Oh yeah. Are you Pinks? Are you saying you walk around with a speedo?
Maybe.
I thought that was implied.
I should have known, that Pinks here would be nice and well defined. I don't know, like trading cars for ponies. I mean, I'm kind of sad they're just. Sorry, go ahead.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have to say I'm kind of sad it's not like a trading card game myself. I have like Ponies the Gathering.
Oh.
Oh, come on, don't say oh, because think how awesome that would kind of be. I tap
Well, then again.
I'll tap my 5 apples to activate my Applejack card. Comes with a buck ability where it takes down 2 points to your harmony pool. Come on. It could happen. It could happen.
From all the hooves. Anyway.
Anyway. Is that
Right.
is all you have for news, or?
To finish it off before
Okay.
I was so pleasantly interrupted
Hey, it's my job.
by our senile granny.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, so the boxes will contain the trading cards, the shiny foil card, and 1 tattoo. And where was I? Oh, gee, thank you for freezing up. Now, as well as air quotes purple Wave 3 blind bags showing up in stores soon. A blue Wave 4 set is also available, hosting nothing but metallic, sparkly ponies. Wow.
Ooh, sparkly.
Isn't that lovely? And the set includes the entire main 6, as well as Trixie, Colgate, which apparently is called Minuet.
Yeah.
That
You okay there, man?
Sorry, gutter mind. And a whole bunch of pre-colored and background ponies.
Okay, now it's my turn, and this
Yep.
is by Kid. For those of you who enjoy a good piece of pony-related artwork, you may want to take a look at Nastyland's Deviant's art page.
Mm-hmm.
The Polish artist has recently released an image of everyone's favorite male mare, Derpy Hooves, rendered in her uniquely dynamic style. Despite depicted in mid-flight, Derpy does an aviator hat. Dons
Don's an
D-O-N-S?
yeah.
Oh.
Don's an aviator hat.
Aviator hat and jacket, along with a scarf. It can be chilly in autumn,
Mm-hmm.
Nasty Lady even included a muffin. Oh god, I went too down. A muffin
We are so
flying next to
prepared for this.
flying next to the male mare, so she doesn't go hungry. This piece is an addition to her line of brilliant steampunk pony art, alongside similar drawings of Rarity, Fluttershy, Twilight Sparkle, and of course many more ponies. Nasty Lady does produce other great art, including a pony comic. If you're interested in taking a look at some of her fantastic pieces, which I would advise, you can find them at nastylady.deviantart.com.
Sounds awesome. But steampunk ponies. Well, I mean, I've seen a few shirts and what have you online with steampunk ponies, but it always really just fascinates me because you'd think with how the world's set up, with it being magic and a lot of their technology is pretty much for the most part kind of steampunk. Or am I alone in that thought?
This is a very, 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 very long discussion, actually. That has been especially tossed around the role-playing pods because of, technological limitations and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But we have come to the conclusion that it seems they do have electricity with having dams and all.
Mm-hmm. And then suppose with... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, nothing.
Right.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because of how they have stuff like speakers and, a beatbox system with, vinyl DJ Pun 3.
Yeah, pretty much. Although there is a specific user on the forums whose name I shall mention. It's Whale Pony Hybrid, who would say magic is the solution to everything. Magic is powering everything, and magic can be used to drill through mountains.
But if it's all magic, it makes you wonder, like, is there like a series of unicorns out there just blasting away the magic to power the world, or are they kind of like a little treadmill, having the magic zapped out of them?
I'm sorry, Granny, you're forgetting something. Friendship is magic, and the more friendship there is around, the more magic there is in the air.
I should have known.
It's the air. It's the ether.
Okay. So it's like all like mana, Getting back to Magic the Gathering, Ponies the Gathering, come on, it'll be a thing. Or am I still alone in that?
Actually, that is an interesting idea, and after the show, and I'll put it in the show notes, I'm going to have to dig it up, but I have an interesting set of Magic the Gathering pony cards.
Well, yeah, I've seen a few out there.
Exactly.
Yeah. I noticed that while we were talking away that Zendikar asked me if I play Metal Gear Solid, if I play Magic the Gathering, and yes, I do play Magic the Gathering. I am a nerd, loud and proud, and yeah, though I'm not really that good of a player, to be honest. But anyway, excuse me, frog in my throat. Let's get on to the next bit of the show here, which is talking about something that let's all be honest here, we really don't know much about, which will make it interesting to discuss it. Wooden toaster.
Woo. Also known as glaze.
Yeah. How do you know that?
I did research.
Right. It's not like, you're looking at the Wikipedia page while we're on the air, right?
Don't be silly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
No. Let's... There, go ahead.
All right, well, let's break down what Wooden Toaster is, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good point. For one, he is a brony musician, right?
Yep.
One of the most popular? Yes? Question mark?
Yes. I presume, I would say the best.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly, of course, for my deep love for one particular song, which has been actually played on the air, I think, every day now.
What's a good song?
Pinky's Lie?
Of course.
Pinky doesn't lie. She just stretches the truth.
No. I structured the reality to fit the truth.
Ah, okay. There you go. Well, let's see. Well, I'll be sad. I'll be sad. I'll be honestly, pathetically sad that I have to admit that I didn't really ever start listening to Wooden Toaster stuff until I started the radio show. I was always a big fan before the radio show. Yeah. But I don't know. I have to admit, like, over the past few days, putting on the show and hearing more of his work, I can't help find myself walking down the street humming his songs. They are very catchy. Everything from, as you mentioned, Pinky to Pinky's Lie to other songs like Rainbow Factory, which has been remixed pretty much by every single artist that we have in the system here. I could possibly, have this thing go off for half an hour and have it to be nothing but different reduxes of Rainbow Factory. I'll stop.
It only works if you have autotune.
Yeah, because I'm never in tune. Yeah, that's why I tune out to talk to all of you lovely people. Yeah, puns. Well, actually,
Very punny. Very punny.
Yeah, that's who I am. I'm nothing but puns.
Let's please not digress into puns. Mainly because I'm actually terrible at them.
Well, come on, like the best puns out there are the ones that are just so bad.
No, I'm terrible at them. I can't come up with them.
You can't? Oh, okay. Which surprises me. I thought he'd be very, punny.
The punniest.
Yeah.
It hurts every time I hear it. Thank you.
It is by far the best one. All right, so let's do this. Let's take a moment to listen to one or two of Glaze's, aka Wooden Toaster, aka the one we should actually all know about today, which admittedly we don't. Let's listen to a few of his songs that we haven't played that much of, so not Pinky's Lie or Rainbow Factory. And let's break it down when we come back after this. So let's say, okay, what we liked about it, what we didn't like, and get all critical about it. How's that sound?
Amazing.
Good, because that's what we're going to do anyway, despite what your opinion was. Huh.
Then in that case, it's horrible and it's bad.
Too bad. Good comeback. Pinks, what do you say?
Right. Let's continue this Iron Hoof thing.
All right. So let's see. I've played a few of these for the most part. Well, I haven't heard the song Louis the Lab Rat that much as of late, so I'm gonna do that one right away. And let's throw up there. Fruits of Her Labor. I haven't heard that one that much. And let's wrap it up with let's go something a bit different than Wooden Toaster, just to give us three here a chance to actually soak in the brilliance that is the Magicks of Wooden Toaster. Let's go with the song Dash by Celestia's Beard. And we'll come back to this. We'll do our best to break down these songs and not look like complete fools, because we are totally the most experts in art. Isn't that right, guys? Come on.
Absolutely.
There you go. Show some confidence. Okay, sit back, relax. We'll be back after this. And yeah, this is Radio is Magic. I am your host, DJ Smith, and we'll three of us be here to rock out in a bit. Stay tuned.
it's fails, no failure inside. She's only ended with the wings that went for her, and all I get, every place you meet was done just right.
And welcome back here to Radio is Magic. I am your host, DJ Smith, here with my two awesome, wonderful, fantastic co-hosts, Pinks
Yep.
and Santiago.
Hello.
Very cool, very cool. So we took the last break there for those just tuning in, like my sister, who finally got the plug-in working for the radio. Hey, sis, welcome to the show. Anyway, we took the break there to listen to a few songs. The first one being by where is my playlist? There it is. The first song was Louis the Lab Rat remix by our topic of choice right now, Wooden Toaster, followed up by Fruits of Her Labor, also by Wooden Toaster. And to change things up a little bit before we got back here, it was Dash, which was by Celestia's Beard. But we took that break there to freshen up on our knowledge of Wooden Toaster, so now we can be complete awesome experts as we talk about it here on the radio for you. Start things off here. Pardon me. Pinks here has been talking about... Actually, talking about. He's been looking up stuff on Wooden's Tumblr. What have you found so far, man?
I found that his fan base is as creepy as I expected.
Good start, man. Good start.
Well, it's not a secret, really. Wooden Toaster's favorite pony is Carrot Top. And then this place is relatively filled with some very suggestive images.
That's nice.
Yeah, but still keeping it clean but suggestive.
Yeah, that's appreciated.
Also, it seems the poor guy is in America. Oh, the poor soul.
Hey.
Well, I'm good.
And his biggest complaint is that everything is too greasy.
Well, yeah, that just goes without saying. It's America after all. Because here in America we have to have grease on everything. Hoorah! One thing that I dug up was looking up a few of the tracks that he has on YouTube just to see how popular they are. And just looking at these alone, just kind of, one, impresses me, and two, just shocks me how often these brony-inspired songs are. Like, let's say, like, and you and as well, Sante, have been looking at these as well. But some of these songs have like over 1 million views for one video. Like his Nightmare Night has, at this current standing in front of me, after 8 months of being online, 1,016,953 views. One song, based on a pony show. I mean, how awesome is that? That's why I love this community so much. I love how, creative people are. I mean, the other song on there that has like over 1 million views is
Pinky's Lie and A Vast Fluttershy's Keister.
Yeah? Yeah, look at that. I missed us. I didn't load all the songs. Ay, caramba. I mean, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
she's a pony.
speechless. Yeah, she's a pony.
All right, finally surpassed his turkey. I need to go bowling. Anyway.
Sorry, you were saying before I cut in there, being the classy host that I am.
Oh, actually, on my end, I pretty much finished it for your answers on Tumblr.
Oh.
If you wonder what his Tumblr is, it's wooden-toaster.tumblr.com, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I heartily suggest checking it out. You can get inside of his mind a little bit, and it's a curious place.
It sounded pretty terrifying from what I've heard so far.
No, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's light tones.
Okay, it's light tones, yeah. It's all in pastel, right?
Kind of.
Well, I asked you two here to take a listen to the songs with us. We just took a break for, and I'd also like to think back to the other ones we've listened to as well. But I have to ask, of first impressions, last impressions, general impressions, what do you really take away from his music right now? Do you think it's just like, yeah, it's awesome, just plain and simple? Do you actually think there's a bit more to it that makes it so popular? I mean, what are your thoughts?
The auto-tune thing that he does is really original. That's something that stands out.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by that?
how in some of his songs, like Rainbow Factory, he changes his voice with autotune or something along those lines.
And it's also one of the most creepiest songs I've ever heard in the Bronydom. But it's also by far the most popular. Anything else? Or Pinks, do you have something there?
Well, really, it's good music and it's associated with bronies, so bronies check it out and find it. It's really a question of just being able to find the good music, really. There are a lot of interesting artists out there who are much less popular just because they haven't really been discovered yet.
What do you mean?
Excuse me?
I hear background voices.
Oh,
Pinks?
always good to have those around.
Yeah, Pinks, are those the voices in your head speaking?
Oh, you have no idea.
So
I can,
many interruptions.
Oh, was that at your end, Sante?
I know.
You gotta shut that door, man, or lock it, or blockade it. I mean,
If only I could.
yeah. Who's talking in back there? Out of curiosity, who do you need to give a shout out to?
Okay, first person that came in was, I think, my mom. And the
Hey,
second
Sante's
one
mom.
was my cousin, who randomly decided to play my piano.
Classic.
And then the third one was my grandma, and then the fourth was just my mom.
Wow, busy place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, either way, thanks for you all for chiming in there. Nice to have more than enough guests here on the show. I unfortunately am all alone here in the radio station. At least I. But thankfully I have all of you out there to talk to me. Yeah. Let's get back to the topic at hand. One thing I really have come to love about it, Wooden's music, from at least what I've gained from it, is just the melodies itself. I think that's what really gets to me. It's catchy for one. Like,
They get stuck in your head very easily.
yeah, like Pinky's Lie, or especially Rainbow Factory.
That really gets in your head.
Yeah. I mean, which
I think his lie is better for getting in your head. I just have the insane version on loop for hours and hours and hours.
yeah, that doesn't surprise me, man.
Isn't it your ringtone?
It is. It actually is.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't you say at one point, Pinks, that you actually played Pinky's Lie to a crowd at the dance club you work at?
Yeah, I did once.
What did you think of it?
Once.
I don't experiment too much around with it because that kind of music isn't really this club's kind of thing. But the reaction was actually mostly positive.
That's awesome. I mean,
And one of the people inside actually was a tourist, and he turned out to be a brony, as
Really?
was discovered after he spat his beer all over the dance floor.
as in like a spit take, I hope?
Spit take, I would imagine.
Oh,
Yes.
that's awesome.
Then I made him choke by plugging up my phone and running a soundbite of Forever, as done by I, that is Pinky.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, basically at that point he nearly choked.
Well done, man. You killed a tourist there, or almost.
He was cool with that.
Yeah.
Best night ever, as he termed it.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, was he from out of town? Or
He was French, actually.
we. Still, that must have been like, one heck of an awesome day for his vacation. Because I'm assuming he must have been there on vacay.
Yep.
Yeah. Noticed one comment in the shot box there. For those tuning in who don't know what we're talking about, we are broadcasting to a forums called friendshipsmagic.org, and there's a wonderful chat box out there of all these great listeners talking to us, yelling at us, or just, listening in and talking amongst themselves. But one user I noticed in particular mentioned that username LMP Fan for Life. I loved My Little Pony. I just didn't realize how big the fan base was. And yeah, I think that's pretty much a general consensus amongst all of us here, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
I am not surprised at all, considering how awesome it is.
Really, I mean, like when you first got into it and finally looked on the stuff up online, you're like, oh my gosh, look at all this stuff here. And I realized how creative all these fans are.
Well, kinda, I suppose.
Yeah.
I started off by watching the first season, which, well, but yeah, it was the time when first season had come out. It was August the 13th. I remember very distinctly because I didn't have August the 14th last year because I was drowning in ponies.
So you spent the entire time just watching ponies?
That's exactly what I did. I finished. I started like the week after Valentine's Day, and I finished 2 days later.
Yikes! I feel kind of like a sham of a brony scene as I took my time watching the shows. I mean, I watched a few episodes here and there, of course, at first, like I went through the first season really quickly, yes, but like not the entire thing in a day. That's one heck of a way to jump off the deep end there, eh?
I had nothing better to do.
What do you mean nothing better to do? At least you would say in hindsight, man, that, hey, there's nothing better at this point than watching ponies, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Things seem to be slowing down here a bit, so let's kick it back up a bit. We're now going into our last half hour here of the show today. I'm gonna take a quick break here to put on two songs. Yeah, just two. Let's make it two. And we'll be back after this. And you know what? Let's talk about the various contests that are up out there, as well as actually, I'm just gonna put another plug in for My Little Pony. Ponies the Gathering. That's what it was. Ponies the Gathering. I think it's a cool idea, and I want to talk about it. Don't laugh at me.
Sure, you would.
Yeah. Okay, so don't forget, you're listening to Radio's Magic here at my university, who has been kind enough to let us stream this show. I am your central host, everyone's favorite Wisconsin boy, DJ Smith, here with Sante and Pinks. Say something. There you go. Okay, until then, let's listen to some more Radioac. I like what he has there. Let's put on let's go with Radioac's A New Hero, and let's throw on let's go with Smile from All Levels at Once. We haven't heard anything from them today, so I'll play that. So yeah, enjoy these tracks. We'll be back in a bit after this. And actually, if you have any comments about my crazy Ponies the Gathering, please throw them out there. I'd love to have more people show at least their appreciation for my ideas, which they are so brilliant. Anyway, enough boasting. Let's get to some jingles. Stay tuned.
to turn that sad frown upside down. I love to make you grin, grin, grin. Yes, I do. Bust it out from ear to ear, let it begin. Just give me a joyful grin, 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 and you fill me with good cheer. It's true, some days are dark and lonely, and maybe you feel sad, but Pinky will be there to show you that it isn't that bad. There's one thing that makes me happy and makes my whole life worthwhile, and that's when I talk to my friends and get them to smile. Ideally, I'm so happy. Your smile fills me with glee. I get a smile, I get a smile, and that's so special to me. I love to make you beam, beam, beam. Yes, I do. Tell me what more can I say to make you see that I do. It makes me happy when you beam, beam, beam. Yes, it always makes my day. Come on, every pony, smile, smile, smile. Fill my heart up with sunshine, sunshine. All I really need is a smile, smile, smile from these happy friends of mine. Come on, every pony, smile, smile, smile. Fill my heart up with sunshine, sunshine. All I really need is a smile, smile, smile from these happy friends of mine. Yes, a perfect gift for me is a smile as wide as a mile to make me happy as can be.
That's what I said.
Sorry, Pinky.
And welcome back to Radio is Magic. I am your host, DJ Smith. Here with me is, of course, my wonderful co-hosts, Pinks and Sante. Oops, and they are not plugged in. Let's try that again, shall we? Got left to... Oh, shush, you two. I planned that. I wanted to make sure you two were actually paying attention. I was totally intentional. Anyway...
So, we're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back in black. I wanted to take this part of the show to quickly put a shout-out for the various contests up there in the shout box here on friendshipsmagic.org. The first one, of course, being Lyra's art contest, which has been up there for a while now. I haven't really looked much into it, but I do know the basic idea is to draw... Is it Lyra or Lyra? I usually get
Lyra.
that. Lyra? Yeah. I usually get that wrong. But you have to draw that lovely pony in some fashion or form. Then there's, of course, Skizor's gift contest. He has a month of VIP to give away. And I guess the best gift he gets, he will give you a month of VIP. Simple as that. Last and certainly not least, there is my contest. Granny's Flank Contest.
The best contest.
Which I have to thank Pinkie
By
Pie
far.
here for kind of spearheading. Thank you. For those who weren't here on the show on Monday, which is Requestria, which the basic idea is to request songs. Except Pinkie here got everyone in the shout box and pretty much everyone else listening in to request some Granny Flank. So I said, okay, give the people what they want. So I put the contest together because, I'm all for giving the people what they so desire. So I put this contest together to do just that and decided, you know what, let's make have a little fun out of it. So I asked anything, art-wise, drawing-wise, or what have you, showing Granny strutting her stuff, preferably in the most funniest manner. Please.
Oh, shush, you're enjoying this.
I can't believe I still can't believe I put that up. Please, for out there, keep it PG-13. This is a family radio show. But the best picture I receive, I'll pitch in the money for 2 months worth of VIP for the best picture of Granny strutting her stuff. I've had a few questions asking if it can be in any photo, picture, what have you. If you want to take a picture of toys, by all means, go ahead, but please don't make me want to tear up my eyeballs. But I also said it can be both of young or old Granny. But enough about that. Pinky, why did you do that to me? Come on.
Again, the first thing that came to my mind to request Granny.
Yeah, if we could request something like, Granny's wonderful smile, Granny, being an awesome DJ, but no, you had to do Granny Smith strutting her stuff.
Excuse me, gutter mind?
Yeah, fair enough.
Thank you.
Anyway, moving away from that contest. Actually, no, I do have to be fair. There has been one entry on there so far, and that's been done by the wonderful and clever Exalder, who sent me the picture, which was essentially of him writing the words, Granny's smexy flank, in a post, which is, I'll admit, I did laugh at it, but I'm actually kind of happy that was the first one we got, was one doing the obvious. Like, that's what we asked for. Yeah. So right now, man, you're by far the only one entering into the contest, so far you're winning, so good job. But I asked during the break for comments and thoughts on my crazy idea, which was to have a, let's say a trading card game of My Little Pony, because you brought that up earlier with the news story, which is Ponies the Gathering, based off Magic the Gathering. You two here made fun of me, which I am hurt by that.
Hey, I didn't make fun of you. I actually support the idea.
No.
I did make fun of you, but I do support the idea.
I don't even get how it would work.
How it work? Well, it's simple. You would take the rules of Magic the Gathering and just make it into the ponies. And at least Zendikar out there has sent me a few links I've noticed in the shop box of different examples. Like there's one from Equestria Daily of various characters. Like you have the great and powerful Trixie, which is 2 colorless and 2 water manas. For those who are unaware, it's just crazy card mumbo jumbo. But we can take that, let's say that cost to get the card out, and you can say, let's say 2 colorless and 2 blue apples. Apples can be mana. Enchantments can be enchantments can still be enchantments. Think of the possibilities. That the money that they could get from this is boundless. I raise my hand here, loud and proud. Raise my hoof here for you, Pink. Assuming you're going to correct me on that.
Thank you. I was cringing already.
Loud and proud that I would hark over the bits for it. wouldn't at least you two do it?
No. No, thank you.
Well, not that I would need another money thing, but that sounds awesome, though. Besides, I would if it was incorporated in the actual game, Magic the Gathering, I would so love to beat some really serious decks with ponies.
Yeah. So
How awesome would that be?
I suppose, if you took out some crazy awesome fire deck, which is supposed to destroy your opponent in a matter of 5 turns with a cute and cuddly, fourth wall breaking Pinkie Pie deck, that'd be kind of cool.
I know, right?
Yeah, this does 4 direct damage to you right away. Nope, Pinky sense. Exactly. See, now you're getting it. Now you see the brilliance that is this idea. I'll be honest, I'm surprised there's not more games out there like that. Like, we already have, the video game Fighting is Magic. Why can't we apply ponies to everything? Instead of Jenga, we can have Penga. You can have stacked ponies. Oh, that's a horrible idea.
Another game, the MMO that is in the works.
The MMO? What do you mean?
You don't... There's actually a pony MMO in the works.
Really?
Yes.
Well, tell me more, man. Tell me more.
Well, I don't really know that much since it's pretty much alpha status right now. but it's basically quite simple. You make your avatar, and you interact. It's something that the main staff of our lovely site that we are on would cringe at, but it's basically a golden ground for role playing.
But I'm assuming not like high quality role playing. It's more like misspelt words and I'm not even going to go into that dark woods. But at least would hope they would throw in stuff like quests, like go into the Everfree Forest to meet up with Zakora, or go.
That is somewhere in the pipelines as well, as it seems, as well as epic boss fights and so on. Epic boss fights, of course, being like calming down crazed mythical beasts or something
Hydra.
similar.
I wonder how you would really have boss fights, because you don't really ever
Kill.
in Pony
Yeah, I
World.
was wondering that as well.
I mean, it's basically animated, cartoon fun stuff. So basically, a lot of birds and stars circling around their head.
Something like that, anyway. Or chasing away, or something similar.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's I'm hearing an echo out there. Is that your family again there, Sante?
No,
No.
not this time.
Well, I was going to say there's other games out there, too, that's certainly been inspired by ponies. Like, I know my personal favorites is Ponymon, which is basically taking Pokemon and substituting it in ponies, which I think is very, very addicting, even though it's only in itself, like in its alpha stage.
Yeah, would there be like humans in that?
Oh, there are humans. I mean, it's you're instead of Pokemon trainers, you're Ponymon trainers. Since, yep. The puns go even farther than that, Pinky. There, instead of like Pokeballs, it's Ponyballs, which I think is just makes it sound so much worse.
Yeah. At any rate, having humans in it just makes it 20% less cool.
Oh God.
Yeah. But on the bright side, I mean, you can have like a team of all your favorite ponies. Like my team right now, it's basically AJ, Derpy, Big Mac. I'm planning eventually to get good old Rainbow Dash, and Scootaloo and Apple Bloom. I mean, seeing little Apple Bloom doing what one of the attacks is called giggle instead of growl, just makes myself laugh my butt off every time. It's like I remember.
Sounds dangerous.
I know. Watch out. Those giggles, they will defeat you if something fierce. And Derpy herself in the game, because I'm assuming you'd both have played Pokemon, right?
Yep.
Yep, because you're nerds like
Slightly.
me. Slightly. Well, you at least should know that, yes, Rarity's just mentioned in the shop box that I should have a Rarity. And I'm sorry, I'm not that talented. I have not caught the awesomeness that is, not the awesomeness, the elegance that is Rarity. I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. I was going to say, but yeah, like, that in, like, Magikarp has the attack Splash, right? Does nothing, right? Well, Derpy has an attack called Derp. Can you imagine what that does?
Would the ponies evolve?
They do. They do.
What?
Well, yeah. Well, for example, like AJ starts off as little filly AJ, then evolves into Applejack, who then evolves into the Gala Applejack with the nice fancy dress and all that. I mean, the Cutie Mark Crusaders, they go into their showstopper outfits when they had that awesome rock ballad.
Ooh.
Yeah. Was that an excited ooh, or was it a like to the?
No. That was excited.
Yeah.
I seriously like that song.
Me too. I don't know why no one else really liked that song. Yeah, they're off key, but
I don't get why they didn't like Pinky's song in that one like Buffalo episode.
that one I have to give them for. I mean, that was
I like that one. That was okay.
fair enough.
Okay, just okay. Ugh. Philistines.
Philistines? Really, man? Really? What else is there? Really? Oh, they also have of course they have like the gym leaders, which are now all Ponymon trainers. I can't remember which Ponymon Brock uses, but I think he uses the Cutie Mark Crusaders. So you have to go through and beat the adorable little buggers.
Aww.
Yeah. So far, though, I know the game has been made up to the point of Mount Moon, so I don't know what Pokemon they're planning to what Ponymon they're planning to use as a substitute for Zubat. Though I only can imagine it's going to be something like snails or snips.
What attacks would Granny have?
Sleep.
Rocking chair?
Rocking chair. Lecture.
Megaphone?
Yeah.
Chalkboard licking?
Hey, that's a powerful attack. You watch out for her dreaded chalkboard lick. You know, that is a surprise waiting to happen, man. That will end matches in a heartbeat, dude.
I'd be more scared of Apple Bloom's giggle.
Yeah, because how can he stand up against the over-adorableness that is Apple Bloom?
Ooh, seriously. Pinkie Pie's giggle should be extremely powerful against ghosts. I'm sorry. I kind of had to.
Yeah. Fair enough. We have only 5 minutes left here, so before we go to our final thoughts for today's show of The Magicks, I'm going to read off a few quick things I've been seeing in the shop box. Twilight Sparkle has wrote in that she would rather have a level 45 Derpy. That sounds kind of terrifying, having a Derpy powerhouse. She also mentions that right now if you hack past where the game limits you, Zubat is just La Zubat, which is kind of disappointing. I would really hope that, Snips would be in there, or Snails, because, I'm sorry, those two annoy me something fierce. And, no offense to the actual user who has the name Snips. And, yeah, I think that's all that's really that matters out there. So I'm going to go off to final thoughts. Starting off with you, Sante. What did you really take away from today's show?
I'll be watching Vegeta's anime radio thing.
Yeah?
Podcast.
Yes.
So maybe I'll know about anime.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Pinks?
Nothing really that much apart from the fact that I really, really, really want now to play Pony Magic the Gathering cards.
Yes!
That's kind of the strongest impression of today I have, really.
Hey, at least I've done anything today other than entertain the people in the shout box, is that I convinced at least someone else to go for my Pony the Gathering idea. Telling you, it's going to be a thing. This time next year, we're going to be buying the first editions of Pony the Gathering. Looking forward to the first expansion pack, the Crusaders of the Cutie Marks. That sounds a bit.
God.
That sounds a bit magic-ish, eh? Yeah.
Another interruption. The fifth one.
Well, the first show is supposed to have interruptions, technical difficulties, and so on. So don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. As I've always been saying the past few days, man, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. And the floor may be messy, but hey, at least we have one tasty omelet.
Sure.
Right. Thank you for making me even more hungry, and I can't wait to dig into my food.
Okay.
Yeah, my grandma just came in telling me that there's pizza.
Oh. Hey, Sante Jima. Is she listening to the show? Is she one of our all-time listeners now?
Of course.
That's what I like. Family listening in. All right, so let's wrap up this show. It's been an interesting day. I'm really sad that Vegeta couldn't be with us a bit longer because I'd like to hear a bit more from him. And I know that you, Pinks, would have liked to argue with him a bit more. But maybe somewhere in the future we'll be able to bring him in. Nevertheless, tune in next week. We have another guest lined up. I can't remember his name. Look it up here. In the meantime, I'd like to say tune in into tomorrow, which is going to be Derpin Thursdays, the show where everything goes. Pretty much you ask it, we'll talk about it. Be it about our favorite Sundays, the meaning of life, or the most essential question that defines our very existence on this plane. who is the best pony. I mean, yeah, that's the show. It's a show for you. We'll be as silly and outgoing as possible tomorrow, so make sure to tune in. But the person coming in next week will be the Anti-Brosis. His Anti-Holiness will be coming in to talk about the Rainbow Ocean Project, so tune in then. Otherwise, thanks for listening in. You guys have any last words, last shout-outs?
Shout out to my family again for interrupting me 5 times.
What about you, Pinkie Pie?
Well, the usual, I suppose. Every pony, keep smiling.
And for me, as always, stay classy out there. This has been Radio's Magic. I have been your main host here, DJ Smith, here with my co-host. Take it away, guys.
Santiago.
And I'm going to take the whole show away.
No! Without that, we would have no show. Aw. Can I please have it back? Come on. Come here.
What?
Give me back my show. Come on. Come back here.
Nah.
Fine, I'm going to play you off then. Show you for taking away my show. Today's been one very interesting broadcast, but thanks for tuning in, and thank you to my sister once again for tuning in at the last hour. I'm sorry I didn't hear the first part. It was, because I guess I had to catch the recording, which will be up later tonight, so wait for that if you missed out on anything. Otherwise, yeah, check out the contests, and have a great evening. Goodbye.
Night, every pony.
Will.